How's it going? I'm Justin Gill, and I'm going to be talking to you about idioms and more specifically children with Asperger's and their inability to understand those idioms. Um, Now, to start, just with a simple definition of an idiom, if you're not not sure what one is, they're expressions that can't be understood from the meanings of its separate words, but that has a separate meaning of its own. Um, Now, for a simpler definition, I should say, um, they're just easier ways of describing, a more complex definition without, say, reading it word for word. Um, some everyday examples that I'm sure your mom or dad or grandparents probably used on you when you grew up um, were, the most common one is a piece of cake. Now, when you think of, a piece of cake, uh, you think of, you're describing like how easy the task at hand is, whether that be like writing a paper or, sweeping the kitchen or, something like that simple. Um, Not uh, a nice piece of cake, possibly with a scoop of ice cream like this. Kept it simple, but honestly, I would probably have uh, that cake if I could. But another example of an everyday idiom is the term break a leg. Um, Now you don't literally mean you're wishing someone to break a leg. You're usually wishing, like a stage actor or a theater performer good luck in their, in their performance. Um, Now, take a look at Asperger's, which is a type of autism spectrum disorder. Um, the latest, say, research that's been done on Asperger's has said that it affects the left hemisphere, where language is actually located. So you're thinking, what does that even mean? What it means is that, say, if you were to have a conversation with a child with Asperger's, one thing that they would have difficulty picking up on is idioms. Now, going back to the two examples that I used earlier, a piece of cake and break a leg. When speaking to them, they would literally take it as whatever task you were describing. Say, say look at the first one, piece of cake. They would literally look at it as it is in fact a piece of cake. Say if you're describing, like I was saying before, writing a paper or sweeping the kitchen, they would literally think that it was a piece of cake. Um, Say the same thing would go if you were to mention that you were wishing somebody to break a leg. Again, they would literally think you were wishing them, or wishing someone, that they would break one of their legs. Um, but the good news is that individuals that are affected by Asperger's, um, their personal lives, aren't affected much. Um, there are a lot of different ways that parents of children with Asperger's can find support, or just someone else letting them know that that you're not the only one. There's more parents that are affected. More families as a whole that are affected, and the main point that experts would want you to know when conversing with a person with Asperger's is that you should always have patience. Um, just instead of obviously trying to use some type of idiom to explain it out. Um, just helping them understand. In general. Um, Now, that's pretty much it. I'd really like to thank you for watching my video, and I hope that this information was helpful in some way, whether that be um, going into more detail on Asperger's, or more simpler definition of an idiom. But again, I hope that this helps you in some way, and um, have a good one.